told you I'm upside y'all head every time. I'm going to keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you this content every single day. So, without further ado, we're just hopping right into part 2 of the Who Really Won segment of the rap beef. It's Benzino versus Eminem right now. If you haven't seen the last video, go watch it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe as well. The last video, Benzino back-to-backed us with, I believe, I Don't Wanna and Pull Your Skirt Up. And I ain't gonna lie, playing them shits back, like, if Eminem wasn't the lyrical genius that he was, and he wasn't even a lyrical genius like that back then, like, he was more just hungry back then, like, he was just more on his, like, I want to earn my respect. So this was a different M. Like, I don't think he would have been able to handle this version of him. So, like, So with that being said, man, we're going to hop right into the interview. Because before M dropped, and this is back when M used to do interviews too, like, he actually did an interview with Angie Martinez, man. And I completely forgot about this. But I do remember hearing this on the P Cutter Street Wars mixtape. And I remember it was short. So I only heard, like, at whatever point when he was like, I gave him back to back, or he gave me 2 songs or something like that. It was like 1:30 on the mixtape. I remember it. But this is 13. So let's hear the Quiet Before the Storm on why he just killed Benzino the way he did. So we getting right into it right now.
97. I got my man on the phone. $7 billion first weekend at the box office on 8 Mile. Can we have it one time, please? Eminem is on the telephone.
Angie. What's up?
Why distress in your voice?
Why distress?
Yeah.
No distress.
You know what I have to say to you before we talk about anything is congratulations, man, because...
Thank you, and to you too.
Thank you, man.
They're banging the single out here. They're banging it.
I was in Detroit 2 days ago. I like it there.
Yeah. I told them to.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was?
I told them to.
I actually used the Lose Yourself instrumental to come out to. I figured, I was in your town, it would work.
That's crazy. M used to do interviews with Angie, too.
I figured that's the right thing to do.
So I feel like he's so in the house.
No, man, but the 8 Mile thing just, received so well, and just, an incredible job, man. So congratulations on all that.
It's a beautiful thing.
So how you feeling, man? What's good? You sound so mellow.
I'm good. Success is good.
I'm not used to this side of you.
You're not used to this side?
No. You sound very grown up.
I'm growing up a little bit. I'm trying.
All right, talk to me, man. What the hell is going on?
All right, first of all, I want to make a little comment. I just want to comment on this whole thing that's going on. This little whatever it is.
Feud?
Yeah, this little feud.
I saw it on MTV yesterday. It's official now.
It's crazy.
MTV.
Go back. On TV. I want to congratulate him. It's the first time he's ever been on MTV. And he did 106 in Park, so I want to congratulate him on that.
That ties into some of them bars that we'll get into later.
Definitely bringing a lot of success to this man. But you know what? Like, honestly, like this dude, I buried him already. He's speaking from the grave, Angie. This dude is speaking from the grave. So,
would you be referring to the song on the Green Lantern mixtape?
Green Lantern. Wow.
I'd be referring to the new one that he has. The newest one, the one with the fake victory beat.
The one
he called it I Lost.
I lost.
Right, but you then came on, I don't know, the joint I heard from you was on the Green Lantern mixtape.
Yeah, see, I'm going to tell you the story what happened.
Okay.
He dissed me on the record.
Right.
I didn't respond. This is the part I remember. I didn't respond.
Right.
Then he dissed me again. He went back in the studio again. I think he was mad that I didn't respond.
He felt like
not that it didn't hit my radar, because this dude owns half of the Source magazine. That's why it hit my radar.
Right.
But my manager, once again, Paul Rosenberg, as we know him, tried to talk me out of it. Don't respond, it's not worth it. The second time he did it, I said, you know what?
I'm going to let him have it.
So I gave it to him. 2 songs.
2?
2 songs to his 2 songs.
Okay,
now,
see.
This next time, now, I already buried him. I put the nail in his coffin. I
See, that's why I know my man's real. Like, this is why people don't understand, like, rap beef is supposed to be like this. Like, you're supposed to match that energy. Like, Zeno came and dropped 2, and you heard him, and M's from that battle era, too. So M's like, okay, he gave me 2? Bet. I'm going to give you 2. And these are going to be the vicious 2 that you ever heard in your life. You're not even going to be able to handle this. So, I'm sorry. I just had to, this is getting me back a little bit, man. I remember being in this real time, dog. This is when I became an M fan. Like, this was the moment I became a super M fan, dog. Like, he was my GOAT here. In 2003 or 02, whatever, M was already my GOAT off of this beef alone. And y'all don't even understand the levels to this beef. This wasn't about, like, M and Benzino. Like, this became something larger. It became a battle of the magazines, like Double XL, Source, everything. Like, it became so much deeper than just rap. Like, real time living this shit was crazy, man.
Kick the dirt on his grave. Now the dude's, this dude's a whole speaker.
Yo, he's a clown.
Somebody please let me out. He's done.
He's
And
always
all
been
the stuff
stupid.
that, you know, all this gangster shit that he wants to talk and Mr. Tough Guy and this and that. Let me tell you something. This dude talks about killing my daughter on the record.
Let me tell you something.
He does not want to take it there. He does not want to take it there.
Talk to him,
If he
please.
really wanted to take it there and take it on a street level, like he's saying and screaming and jumping up and down in his records, he would not have went back in the studio. Because a mic can't fight you back, dog.
Ooh.
A mic cannot fight you back.
Okay.
He would not have went back in the studio.
Okay, can I just take it back to
Yo,
the
he sounding
beginning?
real hard
The
on this
first
microphone
song
right
really
now,
came
B.
at you the jump off to this whole
It's
thing.
not a song.
A freestyle.
It's not even a.
Okay.
I hope to God he was freestyling, because if he wrote that, I really feel bad.
All right, let's get to. I'm talking of Exhibit A, the first thing from Benzino. Did you? I mean, did something happen to spark that between you and him? Did anything happen? I mean,
Angie, I swear on my daughter's life, I never met this dude. I never met this man, this girl in my
This
life.
girl.
I never met this woman.
It's
She
funny.
is obsessed with me. I cannot understand.
Yo.
You know what it is? I think Angie, a lot of times, being that I've been out for like, you know, the last 4 years or whatever, I think people are starting to forget a little bit that I came from the bottom. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him, M.
And I took those cards. I remember the con artist from D12 told me some deep shit the other day. He said, remember when we was flipping burgers at Gilbert's and you was mad, you was always punching walls and breaking mirrors and saying, I can't get a deal because I'm white. I can't get a deal. I'm white. It's because I'm white. And then I took them cards that I was dealt in life and I flipped them. I flipped the cards and now I'm selling so many records because I'm white.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I flipped the cards I was dealt. So this dude is a fat 40-year-old, shriveled up,
Fat
wrinkled
40-year-old.
coon with a big puffy clown hair. So take them cards that you're dealt with and say that in your rap. Flip them cards.
Like, don't hate on me because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Stop being mad at me. Stop concentrating on my life so much and get one of your own.
Hot97.com, the hottest.
Yo, that's so crazy because I feel like Benzino's still doing this shit today. Like, it's like, bro, like, go somewhere else with this. Like, why is M, like, really, like, taking so much real estate up in your brain, bro? Like, it's crazy. And then when we get into the next song, I believe the Sauce and Nail in the Coffin are going to be the ones I'm doing next. And we're going to break those down because, once again, that's when I became a fan. That's when he became the GOAT. Nail in the Coffin was his GOATed song. That was the certified GOAT song. Sorry. But, yeah, I don't understand why Zeno's all on him like this, even 30 years later, dog. That's crazy.
Hip hop spot on the web.
Is it fair to say that you, not just from Benzino, but just in general, like, you're just tired of hearing people beef about that?
I'm sick of the excuses. Everybody's making excuses, like, and people must not listen to my songs, like in White America, like I clown about
Facts.
it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
Nobody
the
listens.
truth of the matter is that I flipped the cards, Angie. I flipped the cards.
This is it.
Everybody has a set of cards that you're dealt with in life. You flip them. You gotta take them cards and flip them. If he doesn't have the smarts to flip them cards, don't blame me. Don't blame me because you suck. This dude, Angie,
Remember
I
that.
think could very well, after hearing his last record, I truly believe, and I'm not even exaggerating, this dude could possibly be the worst rapper in the
Damn.
world.
In your opinion.
It's
In
like,
a lot
nah.
of people's opinions. But I'm
Doubling
serious.
down.
Like, I never thought I would see the day where I met or heard the wackest rapper in the world, because I've heard a lot of whack rappers, but he very well possibly could be the worst rapper in the world.
Yo, he's sick.
Going against one of the best.
See, he already knew he was the
And that's
best.
not to say to toot my own horn. I never would consider myself the best at anything.
Damn, so M was talking like this in 03, like, man, I'm already one of the best. Fuck with me if you want to. Like, do what you want. Come holler at me on the mic. Nobody's really done it. Many have tried and failed. But this is why I feel like when people be like, how can M be so great or whatever, it's like, who is he really battled? Nobody want to battle him. That's the problem. Nobody wants to battle him. And when they do, we've seen the results multiple times.
Do you not? Because some people would consider you right now the best out.
I would not consider myself the best out.
Who is?
You got Jay-Z, you got Nas, you got 50. All of them guys, all
Homage.
of them, Redman, all of them guys
My man loves
are
Redman,
the
too.
best at what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, maybe it fucks with people's mind a little bit that I'm not only rapping, but I'm making the beats too now. I'm making the beats, I'm doing the producing, you know what I'm saying?
It means you're getting a lot of money, and some people get tight about that.
And it's not Angie, it's not even about the money, because I have yet to charge for a track. I did a track for Jay. I didn't charge. I did a track for Nas. I did a track for Exhibit. I don't even charge for the tracks. I'm free. If I respect you as an artist and I like your shit.
See, that's crazy, man. Like, anybody who questions if M isn't for the culture, just listen to this interview right here. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't came across this interview because it's old, but M don't be outside. But this is when M was outside, and like, he really was for the culture. Like, I remember when he came to like the Middle East, like back in like 97, 98. Now, I only remember that I seen a clip, but like, I'm just like, dude, he was really around. Like, I know the Middle East. I'm from Boston, so like that's in Cambridge, and that's kind of where like a lot of artists kind of like start off. So like the fact that he was able to just travel around and do all that and just find that venue around here, my man was really involved, man. He was moving around, dog. Like, people gotta give M his credit, man. I know M's not for everybody, but you have to respect this man as him being like an influence in the culture, man. And he's not a guest in hip hop, dog. I'm sorry. We're gonna kill that narrative.
I'm gonna give you a track. I'm gonna give it to you because to me it's not about the money. It's about hip hop.
Yo, I'm so glad I came across this. I didn't know
Eminem
this shit
is
was
still on
13
the
minutes
phone.
long.
I have a million questions about the whole 50 Cent thing, but let's pick up where we left off before, just for a second.
Going back to what we were talking about, as far as
If you just tuned in, Eminem's on the phone. He's kind of talking about his side, his
Yo,
perspective
phone
on this
interviews
whole
back in
thing
the day
that
is
happened
crazy,
with
too.
Benzino. And
you know, I guess they say that when you hit 40, that you go through your second childhood. So I think that's what this man is going through. It's his second childhood. I haven't got there yet.
did you ever speak? Have you ever spoken to him?
I've never even spoke to this man. You can't speak to him because he records conversations. I might.
Yep.
What if I
remember
call
that.
this man and I threaten him
How
over
do you
the
know
phone?
that? How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know
Recorded
that?
Matt Paul.
Because he took a tape. He called Paul.
Yep.
And was taping it.
Put it out.
Was taping Paul the whole time.
Remember
And,
that.
Angie, you know Paul. Paul's not a fighter.
Right.
It's Paul's job to de-escalate the situation.
Right.
So he took that and was screaming at Paul and put it on the beginning of the song.
Ooh. You heard that, Ben?
Yep.
Now that man is
Remember
not
that.
talking to me. He's talking to my manager. It's my manager's job to de-escalate the situation.
Right.
I'm on probation. Paul has seen before how I've reacted to certain things and thought he was doing the right thing by trying to squash it. This dude is trying to play dirty pool.
Hey, Dirty Pool.
But this dude I think it's a midlife crisis, Angie. He's going through a midlife crisis. He's done everything from Will Smith records, Rock the Party, trying to come back to the streets.
Is he really getting under your skin, though? I mean, I can't...
Rock the Party was tough, though. I ain't
The
gonna
only
lie.
reason
like that song.
that I responded to this clown in the first place is because the extortion is going on between him and Dave Mays. Nobody wanted to address it.
So that line, that one little saying right there, the extortion that's going on at Source Magazine with Dave Mays, that literally fast forwarded the demise of the Source Magazine. And if y'all don't remember or aren't familiar with like the Source or Double XL as like the magazine heavyweights back in the day, a lot of people used to work for the Source that went to Double XL. Now, when this beef was happening, I believe in 03, 04, timeline can be messed up, but that was when the Source lost, because when they got these dudes on their cover, that was it, because they were running hip hop at the time. So when I say these three dudes, I mean Dre, 50, and M. Probably one of the best double XL covers ever. It's almost up there with, like, I believe when the Vibe magazine, when they had the Puffy and Big cover, which was a bad cover because obviously you know what happened with that, because it was the East Coast, West Coast, and that was kind of the premises of that cover. But like, there's only a certain amount of covers throughout the game on magazines that like just kind of change things. And in my opinion, I think that Double XL magazine cover changed everything in the trajectory of this beef. But that's just me personally. We might dive into that at some point, but that's kind of where that goes. And it's funny that he brought that up on his interview for like the first time before he started doing it on wax.
You talk to any rapper in the business, and I'm not going to put you on blast, Angie, but we all know what's going on at the Source. Ray Benzino has Dave Mays shook, and you can't play two sides of the fence. You can't be a rapper. You can't be a rapper and own a magazine, own half of a magazine, because then what happens is you call rappers that you like, you call them and you want them to make a guest appearance on your album, and if they don't want to do it
because you suck,
then he's going to take you out that magazine. So you can't play both sides of the fence like that. You just can't do it.
So that's what motivated you to even...
That's what motivated me.
Was that something that was bothering you before he started getting at you?
You know what used to bother me? Yeah, it's been the mic rating system in the Source. Like, when I was a kid growing up in the early 90s,
and the mics used to mean something. The 4 was like you were the shit.
We used to know it was the Bible of hip hop. Like, it was, their word was gold. If somebody got 4 mics, you was going to cop it. If somebody got 5 mics, you was going to cop it. Somebody got 3.5, yeah, you know, you didn't know. But their word was gold, and they was usually right. Now what's happened is, this dude is doing the mic rating system. He even said in his song, the 5 mic giver. I give the mics. I distribute the mics, but I'm a rapper too. You can't do that. He's fucking the game up. And like,
I know that you have...
And once again, sorry to pause it, that was kind of the demise of the Source, because once you started having mad made men spreads, a lot of like made men RSO pushes in a magazine that you're on, it started looking sus, especially when like we know the Chronic, like, because it was like, once again, everything that M was on, he was like not giving it the 5 mics, so that would go to the Chronic 2001. M was on that. I forgot about Dre. That's a 5 mic easily, but I think Zeno rated that a 3, dog. I don't think that got 4 mics. So like, you know, he was robbing M of these mics. And just not to hold this on too long, but like, I believe on the Marshall Mathers LP, if you go back and listen to, because I'm just Marshall Mathers, I think, and I believe he was like, and it's funny because I never knew what it meant at the time, but going back, it's like, oh, this was already coming. Like on the Marshall Mathers LP, he was like, oh, here, it was like the double XL line. He was like, oh, here, I got a number, double XL. Yeah, that's how that line went. I'm chopping the shit out of that, but they was way ahead of that, man. It was just people didn't see it coming because it was behind the scenes shit, man. That's why I love this rap shit, man. Like, you'll hear stuff on record and you'll be like, oh, okay, like I hear it, it makes sense, but you just don't really know what it means. And then you hear stuff like this and you're like, damn, you been said that. This was already brewing.
To receive a 5 mic review in the Source. Is that something that
I have yet to receive even a 4.5,
which is crazy.
Everybody gets a 4. Everybody, like, that's the standard now. That's the standard. If you get a 4.5, that must mean that Benzino wants you on his album. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like my contribution to hip hop, him calling me a culture stealer and an invader and all that stuff. As far as my contribution to hip hop, what was my contribution to hip hop any different than Dave Mays and Jonathan Schechter when they started the Source 12, 13 years ago?
Dave Mays is a white guy.
Hip hop bigger and expand it. If I can take hip hop and open more white people's ears to hip hop, so that artists like Nelly and Ja Rule and Jay-Z and Cameron and Ludacris and Nas can sell more records,
see,
that's my contribution to hip hop.
For the culture, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm only being real, and I
For the culture.
To you, Angie, this dude can scrounge up change and call you from a payphone after this interview, and he can scream, he can jump up and down, and he can scream all he wants. He can go in the studio and make 100,000 more records about me and base his whole life around mine. I will not make another song about this man. He cannot afford to pay the bill when I bill him for the studio time.
That didn't age well.
He owes me that. D12, this dude is so whack. I can't even get D12 to do a song about him. They're screaming at me like, why are you even giving this guy the energy? Because unfortunately, I'm in a position where the more attention that I pay to something, the bigger that it gets.
So how you gonna not now? What if the dude just keeps making song after song after song, and every now and then he says something that get on your nerves? You just not responding anymore?
He's done. Anything that he does from now on will ruin this. He's taken from the grave. I buried him.
Stupid.
I buried him. I put the nail in the coffin. I threw the dirt on top of his grave. I don't even think I put him in the coffin. I think I just buried him in a hole and threw the dirt on his grave.
Damn.
What happens if you see this dude, man?
What happens if I see him?
Yeah.
I'm on probation.
Okay.
I'm on probation, so I really would not like to comment on that, but I will let it be known that I got 3 months left of probation.
All right, but you don't want to.
He's definitely put that in a few songs.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to stay in the studio. I'm trying to release my records, make my artist big, and spend time with my little girl.
Hot97.com. Hip hop's hottest spot on the web.
All right, well, there you have it with that interview, man. That was a dope ass interview, man. I mean, I've only heard bits and pieces of that throughout time, like on mixtapes from when I was growing up. So to hear that in its entirety was a great thing to hear. It kind of tied in the loose ends to this Benzino beef, man, and it all made sense on why he went so hard on him after the fact. Like, those two tracks make a whole lot more sense on where his animosity really came from, because it wasn't even about the music anymore. Like, it seemed like it was more or less about just respect, you know, and just him not giving him his credit anymore, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, I just gotta let this dude have it. So yeah, I mean, that was a great interview. Hopefully you guys went through the interview, and as the M fans out there, man, this will give you some more answers on maybe why Eminem's beefing with Benzino, and maybe those who are like, why is it still going? Here you have it. And those for that thing, M isn't for the culture, as a culture broacher, listen to this interview right here as well, too, because he kind of gives it to you right then and there, man. He's always been for it. So with that being said, man, I'm going to come back to y'all with the two responses to the other two that came out earlier, between Pull Your Skirt Up and, I believe, I Don't Wanna. So we're going to come back with the Nail in the Coffin, which was first, and the follow-up with the Sauce. Might be a back-to-back video, who knows. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be back to y'all again, man, because this shit fun. I'm out. Peace.